I-24 News Morning Edition on this January 11th, 2016, and a very sad morning this morning, not just for music lovers, but I believe to possibly everybody who has come of age in these times. According to reports that seem to be confirmed, singer, songwriter, producer, and legendary performer David Bowie has died after a battle with cancer. He was 69 years old. In a statement on the artist's official social media accounts, David Bowie died peacefully today, surrounded by his family after a courageous 18-month battle with cancer. Now, while many of you will share in this loss, we ask you to respect the family's privacy during their time of grief. That's what the statement read and was posted on the artist's official social media accounts. Now, the influential singer, songwriter, and producer who dabbled in glam rock, art rock, soul, hard rock, dance, pop, punk, and electronica during his eclectic 40-plus year career died after a battle with cancer, presumably an 18-month battle with cancer. And with me in studio, and of course we're going to touch on another bit of entertainment or the world of music and film, which was the Golden Globes last night, but we didn't expect this to happen. With me in studio is I-24 News culture contributor Ronnie Stav. Good morning to you. As well with us, of course, I-24 News contributor Ami Kaufman. Good morning to you. And with us as well, Yael Lavie. How should I present you right now?
Time Out Tel Aviv.
Time Out Tel Aviv. There we go. But let's go straight first to the UK, where we are joined on the phone by I-24 News correspondent Jonathan Sachadati. Jonathan, good morning to you.
Good morning, Yael.
Massive reactions as of this morning. This came out just a short while ago. But when we're looking at the prolific career of David Bowie, at the end of the day, a member of the Isle, right? The British Isle.
That's right. And we've had already a reaction from the Prime Minister, David Cameron, who said that he grew up listening to and watching the pop genius David Bowie, who was a master of reinvention, who kept getting it right. A huge loss, he said. It just shows, and the Prime Minister already commenting on this, just how much this means to the country. And those sorts of reactions keep pouring in from all sorts of celebrities and people as well, all around the world, just showing what a true loss this is. Such a master of reinvention, such a cultural icon, and somebody who did know indeed how to reinvent themselves constantly, pushing the boundaries of the culture that people were absorbing into their everyday lives.
And when it comes to these preliminary reaction, first of all, Jonathan, because I'm going to ask this to everybody sitting here, I'm sure you know the songs of David Bowie, right?
Of course. I mean, who didn't? Everybody had David Bowie as part of their life. That's one of the interesting things about an artist like him, is that really across quite a number of generations as well. So it's somebody who, in an era of instant celebrity and disposable pop, actually had the sort of longevity that was astounding. So when you hear of this death, something many people didn't even know that he was suffering from ill health, from cancer. When you hear of the death, of course, and the fact of his relatively young age to die, you realize that actually he was more than the sum of his parts, also more than the modern era of pop artists who are producing different kind of music, let's say. And
that was a very politically correct way to say that we love that music more, but I'm with you on that one, Jonathan. I want to thank you for joining us, because I'm assuming not just around the UK, but around the world today, many people will be commemorating, looking into the life of David Bowie. And Ronnie Stav, I mean, this is a man so prolific that he touched basically 4 decades of music, or influenced 4 decades of music.
Not only musical influence. I mean, I think that David Bowie is really an artist. You know, he's one of the last ones that can be called an artist. He touched any field possible, and he put his influence and his take on it, whether if it's music, if it's movies, if it's fashion. Him creating Ziggy Stardust, the alter ego Ziggy Stardust, the first person to even have this idea of having a performing persona that will kind of project thoughts and ideas that he was maybe not able to give as David Bowie, or maybe he was able to give as David Bowie, but he gave this as an alternative for other people that were not able to project certain ideas, certain features about themselves, right, by themselves. So I think he was really one of the first people to kind of give this take on society. You know, he completely reshaped a generation to believe in things that are completely different than what people believed before. Today, it sounds almost obvious that people can talk about androgynous people and this idea of like sexuality as a theme. But when he started, it was not really, it was more of a taboo.
It was a taboo.
And for him to completely kind of move around and change the discourse, thank you, of the way people look at it is, I think, something so remarkable that he was able to do.
And you know, I'm going to side with Jonathan because I'm old and sarcastic, but I don't think we see that many artists like that these days. As you mentioned, artists. And there are a lot of reactions also on the web, except for Ami Kaufman with us. You know, for a moment there, people thought that it wasn't true. I mean, that's what I've been seeing.
Yeah,
that was kind of wishing it not to be true.
The first 10, 15 minutes after the official announcement came out were mostly like, okay, this is probably a hoax. Nobody was really believing it, or they were refusing to believe it. I think it really shows how much people care about this man. Was
and
the fact that he
debuted his 25th album, Black Star, on January 8th, when his birthday.
Yeah. So there were rumors immediately that someone took over his Twitter account, and it was just utter disbelief.
No, utter disbelief, as we would like us to. I don't know if we have the picture of the tweet.
Well, first of all, we have. I don't know if we have the picture of his son announcing.
Yeah, we do. There we go.
There we go. That's Duncan Jones, his son. He's a director, movie director. Says very sorry and sad to say it's true. I'll be offline for a while. Love to all. What a wonderful picture.
Unbelievable.
And we have some other tweets I think we might be able to show of David Cameron,
which is what
Jonathan just talked about.
Calling him, you know.
I grew up listening to him and watching the pop genius David Bowie. He was a master of reinvention who kept getting it right, a huge loss. And also Jon Snow, the famous broadcaster, who also said something about it. And Josh Groban. Here we go.
And there we go. One of the greatest rock star legends of our lives. David Bowie has died. Such a desperate loss, creative genius. Yeah, pause to remember. No, very, very sad day, and I think we'll be hearing his songs a lot today all around the world, but very thankful for the gift that David Bowie gave to us. But we are in studio, actually, also with a film critic, Yael Lavie, who had the incredible, speaking of David Bowie, had the incredible privilege of actually attending his 50th birthday.
The performance in Madison Square Garden to celebrate his 50th birthday.
Wow, which was approximately 19 years ago.
Yeah, and he had some friends on stage like Lou Reed. It was a great performance.
We're jealous. We're very, very jealous. But you're here because you're not a suitser. You couldn't have expected it. You're here because it was a big night in Hollywood yesterday. Speaking of that big night, Hollywood Foreign Press Association honored the very best the television and film had to offer last year. It's one of the best ceremonies because it seems like everybody's drinking on camera there. Led by loudmouth Ricky Gervais, love him, and including some pretty big upsets, great dresses, and one Lady Gaga, okay? And to give us the lowdown with us also is, as we said, culture contributor Roni Stav, Yael Lavie, film critic. But first, a wrap-up of last night's awards, winners, losers in the next report. Let's take a look.
And the Golden Globe goes to The Revenant.
The grand finale for a grand show as the best motion picture drama is announced.
Snitch.
Ricky Gervais back at it again. The host of the Golden Globes taking swipes at Sean Penn during his opening monologue after the actor interviewed a Mexican drug kingpin.
I want to do this monologue and then go into hiding, okay? Not even Sean Penn will find me.
The laughs made way to the first award of the evening for a genuinely surprised Kate Winslet, who won for Best Supporting Actress in a feature film for her work in Steve Jobs.
I really am actually extremely surprised and overwhelmed.
Moments later, Matt Damon won for his role in The Martian.
It's literally been 18 years since I've been here doing this, and with a little more context, I know how lucky I am.
Other acting awards going to both new and old TV shows.
Thank you so much.
I really am truly speechless. Thank you so much. Sylvester Stallone.
The winner everyone agreed on, Sylvester Stallone, who was honored for his work in Creed with a roaring standing ovation.
I want to thank my imaginary friend, Rocky Balboa, for being the best friend I ever had.
Stallone among other best movie actors.
What an incredible honor. Wow, that meant a lot. Thank you so much.
And best actresses.
It was such an honor to play this character. Thank you to our supporting cast. Thank you to my hometown, Kentucky.
With the Globes over, the race to Oscar Sunday is now officially underway.
Okay, El Shuv, Time Out film critic with us. I'm so glad you're here. The Martian, a comedy?
Well, that was actually one of the jokes of the evening, but now it makes sense because after the winnings, because it's basically tells the same story as The Revenant, which is a man presumed dead, is stranded in harsh conditions. And I guess compared to The Revenant, The Martian is a comedy.
The Martian was funny. Okay. I did not see The Revenant, but I understand Leonardo DiCaprio is having a really hard time in it.
Yes, that's what we see in the trailer. I guess I haven't seen it either. It didn't open here.
Okay. But looking at the highlights of the Golden Globes, first of all, how important are the Golden Globes?
Well, according to Ricky Gervais, the prize is worthless. And in many ways it is, because it's just under 100 old journalists given an award. You know, they're pretty easy to influence because there are not too many of them.
Right.
And so it's not important in itself. It's seen as important just because it's part of the whole award season. It comes before the Oscars. The nominations of the Oscars were not yet announced, only later this week. So in that sense, it's glitzy. It's a fun evening, which also is more fun than the Oscars.
They've got alcohol on stage. There we have that. You saw the ceremony. What would you pinpoint out of there? What would you focus on? What do you think was the highlight of that evening yesterday?
Well, in some way, what we just saw, Sylvester Stallone thanking his imaginary friend was a nice point, because it's not really a very good performance. I mean, it's a nice performance, but it's compared to his career, it's one of the best.
One of the best? Yeah. That's for Creed, right? That's
yes.
And Creed is like it's like this.
Rocky number 7.
Yeah,
wow.
It's a take.
It's a
they
take.
just gave it a different name.
Thank you, Ronnie Stavage. So Creed is Rocky number 7, and he plays. Now he's Rocky Balboa training in it.
Yes.
Okay.
Training the son of Apollo Creed, who was his friend and rival.
Right.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep a straight face. and given the performance, there was a beautiful moment for him as such. Look at that. The man does not change in many ways. Did you see that film?
Yes, it's a good film.
How was he in it?
I mean, compared to yes. It's a nice performance. He's relaxed and he's nice. He's quite good in it.
It took a while, but he finally became a good actor, I guess.
There's a lot of training.
I mean, he's quite familiar with the character, I must say.
He's comfortable in that. It's his comfort zone, I guess.
And I mean, he was nominated for Razzie numerous times.
Exactly, Razzie being the spoof of the Oscar, so to speak, for the worst performance. And but there was also like a little bit of women power there, Ronnie, and I'm pinpointing you towards my favorite gals, Jennifer Lawrence and Amy Schumer.
And Lady Gaga.
I mean,
yes, we are moving towards that new idea of a woman. They're strong, they know what they want, they're not kind of accepting the prize in a very little gentle type of way. Kate Winslet as well. I mean, they're all very strong women. They're opinionative. We know their opinion about so many different issues, and they're really not only them as the people that they are, but the characters that they are playing.
Yeah.
It's always strong women. It's always a woman that women will relate, and men will relate to as a friend, not necessarily as a sexual
possible partner.
Exactly.
Would you say that's true, that women's roles in film are changing a bit to more of a a stronger individual rather than just the love interest?
That's a general impression. Also, we had some strong women in action films this year. I mean, Mad Max was nominated for Best Film, didn't win, but that was the top action film of the year, at least according to the critics.
Yeah, and
it's led by women.
And it's led
not
by
just
women.
one.
They're saying that Rey in the new Star Wars is also a very strong feminist role.
First of all, she's the heroine of the film.
The heroine,
She is, yes, indefinitely.
Even though Hasbro did not put her in the Monopoly game. Remember I talked to you about that? And other toys that Hasbro made, she was not in there.
It may be on film, but it's not with the accessories, which is very...
merchandise.
No, which is very problematic, which are the highlights of yesterday's evening for you, Ronnie, if you can...
Well, Ricky Gervais calling America Ferrera and Eva Mendes to stage, saying that Donald Trump will probably want to ban these women out of his country. Out of his country was probably one of the best nights, one of the best moments for me. Denzel Washington accepting the award for for his life accomplishments was a really nice little speech of a moment. Everyone's saying that the prizes can be bought in the Golden Globe rather than what is happening at the Oscar. And he kind of talked about it, and he was saying, yeah, I kind of won the award after Freddie Fields told me to take a picture with a magazine, and then I won the award.
Look at that. Yeah, I have to say, though, I hope we're going to see a lot more out of Denzel Washington, because, I mean, it's kind of young for the Lifetime Award. And let's hope he stays for, you know, many, many, many years with us. Yael, quickly, what was your highlight of the award season? Award ceremony?
Every time that Leonardo DiCaprio wins, I'm happy because because he hasn't won the Oscar yet. You think he's a superb actor. He's been a superb actor for 25 years already. And it's about time that the Oscars also get.
I really think that it was a travesty he didn't win for What's Eating Gilbert Grape, because I think that's one of his masterful performances. I just find him so suffering in every film in the last 10 years.
He's suffering. He knows he's not going to win the Oscar, so he's like.
And The Wolf of Wall Street, he gave us.
No, that's right. The Wolf of Wall Street.
Are the odds in his favor?
Yeah, guys.
I think so. I think there's a good chance this year.
I want to thank you all because this is all the time we have, but I want to.